Hey guys, welcome back. We have now wrapped up 7 weeks out. I'm moving on to 6 weeks out. So we're going to do a recap of everything I went through at 7 weeks out right now. So first thing we have here is you may notice sleep starting to dwindle and it's not as deep or not as long. You treasure the days you get a full 8 hours and feel great on days you get it. This is where you need to correct it or it'll be downhill fast. I totally agree with this. This will hit you pretty hard. Your sleep will just kind of like stop. Your body is trying to fight you. So if you are able to fall asleep, you don't get deep sleep and you don't sleep very long. I actually had to order some supplements to help me sleep. Melatonin wasn't even doing it, and usually that used to really help me fall asleep and stay asleep, not make me feel groggy, feel refreshed in the morning. But this was not cutting it. This was a whole different level that I had not experienced before. So once I ordered these supplements, that completely helped me because we didn't really change anything with my diet, training. We added more cardio. So my body was under more stress each day. But that sleep is the biggest thing and it will start to dwindle. And I'm telling you, if you don't get on top of it or you don't correct it, you're not going to be able to keep going. Like your body is just going to want to shut down. You're just not going to be able to train with the intensity that you want to. You're not going to be in a good mood. I was starting to get like really irritable with my family and I just didn't feel like doing anything. I just wasn't in the mood for anything. And now I've got that energy back and it's surprising with just a good night's sleep how much it makes a difference in your day-to-day functioning. So definitely stay on top of sleep around this time because it will hit you out of nowhere. But it's better to recognize it quickly and then get it resolved. Next, cravings are going to start getting stronger. The smell of food now replaces the taste. Date night is partially you asking them how it tastes so you can live through them. Cravings weren't so bad this week. I feel like since I was back on track with my sleep, it was definitely pretty bad last week because my sleep was off. So I feel like it was just making me hungrier. Like my body's trying to fight back. It wants to get the nutrients. So I feel like it was driving me to eat just about anything, really. No specific cravings. My body just wanted more food. But I really didn't have any specific cravings. I feel like I've gone like texture wise. I've done like a lot of like crispy, crunchy stuff this week. I've done a lot of Instagram posts about stuff in my air fryer, especially with like pitas and breads, like making them like real crispy or making like crackers out of them. For me, it's been more of like a texture craving more so than an actual type of food or like a sweet or a salty. I feel like I've kind of let go of the sweets a little bit. Like I'm just kind of okay not eating them. I'm kind of like just usually I like to have like my yogurt and kind of like some kind of sweet snack towards the end of the day, just to kind of give myself that indulgence. I'm such a chocolate lover, and anything I can do to kind of keep that sweetness going, my day-to-day functioning is very important. But this week I've noticed I'm kind of getting away from that. Like I used to like doing my protein nut butters. Of course, they're all flavored and they're sweet. Like that was one of the things I loved to do with my scrambled eggs when I would do a breakfast or lunch. Now I'm kind of like, okay, like I'm just okay substituting like rice crackers with hummus or, going for something a little less sweet. So I'm finding that has changed, but we'll see how it goes. My husband and I have a baseball game coming up. We're going to go see an Orioles game on this Monday coming up. And I'm actually really excited because I can take a full Ziploc bag, a gallon size Ziploc bag of food with me. So it's like a later game. So I'm going to eat dinner maybe on the way down there or right before we leave to go. And then I'm going to like fill up this bag with snacks and stuff so that I can eat there. I may be tempted just the smell of stadium food and everything, but it's not worth it at this point. I just want to go out, have a good night with my husband and stay on track. So you just got to focus on what your goals are and plan ahead. But as you can see, this was actually from, I think, last week. My husband suggested Mission Barbecue. We went back in April for our 11-year wedding anniversary. That was kind of like our little date night with our son. And it was really good because there was a new one that opened up by us and we hadn't been to it. So we definitely enjoyed it. And then out of nowhere, he's like, oh, let's go to Mission Barbecue. Of course, I wasn't expecting that. It didn't really. So I was like, okay, can I fit this into my day? And yes, I was able to. I just pretty much stayed along the lines of what I ordered the last time because I had looked ahead and saw what they had on the menu. Um, but I still went in with a plan. So I didn't have, like, I was still able to enjoy my food, enjoy my company, and enjoy the time out and not feel bad about it. Definitely felt like I got more salt than I needed from that meal, but I was still, as you see, like I got the turkey, the smoked turkey there is delicious. Um, this time I got green beans and bacon. Last time I got collard greens. And then the baked beans are really good too. And I share those with my son. He winds up taking them from me, so I don't get very much of it anyway. But it was just enough to satisfy me, to meet my needs, and just us have a good time out. So you just have to plan ahead, like I said, and really still try to enjoy yourself, but within your limits. And here's one of the ways I was trying to get creative and find a way to satisfy my sweet tooth, like I said, um, without kind of going crazy. Because we do have like junk food sweets in the house for my son. It's hard to get a 3, almost 4-year-old to eat everything that we do all the time. He does like veggies and fruit, and he will eat some meats, but I'd say about 90% of the time, he's not going to eat what I am specifically eating. So I do get him other stuff, probably that has too much sugar, but so that he will at least eat. But this is one of my things. This is something new I discovered, this chai tea latte. It's a sugar-free, like you add it to milk. And I did that. I bought it from Target. I saw it. It's like, I think, yeah, it's like 0 calories. Like it was very good. It tasted really good. I just added it to some milk. Use that as like a warm treat. Sometimes heating foods up too. Sometimes will make you feel more satisfied and fuller. So that was one thing I tried as we started like my first carb cut last week. And then I do like to do the sugar-free Jello puddings. They are my favorite. The swirled of chocolate and vanilla, and I like to mix them with like a yogurt. And then I'll put like some popcorn in there to get like the salty. So I have the sweet and the salty. And then sometimes I'll put like my peanut butter in there too. So I just make like this big concoction of sweet and salty goodness. Like I just can't, it's just one of those things. And this is where I'm like, all right, you need to hurry up and fall asleep. Like everyone in the house needs to go to sleep so that I can sit there and just enjoy this last meal for the day because I've earned these carbs and I'm going to enjoy it. But I don't do that all the time. I just do it sometimes when I'm feeling in the mood. It just keeps me from reaching for any other stuff. So at least I'm still getting like my yogurt in there with my zero sugar, the pudding 0 sugar. I still have like my protein peanut butter, and the popcorn is popcorn. Like so it's not like I'm undoing anything by enjoying this little treat, and it's very satisfying to me. Next, we have anxiety and depression. We all go through it at some point in life. Well, in prep, right around this marker is when things will become more prevalent due to brain chemistry changing from increased stimulants or lack of sleep. Very true. Like I said, this hit me so quick, and I was actually kind of worried because I take anxiety medicine currently. I do have a history of anxiety and depression. And I've dealt with eating disorders in the past. So I was kind of worried, like, I was worried if everything was okay, if it was like psychologically I had stuff going on, or if it was truly because of the prep, like this is the process. So I was kind of worried there for a minute, but I hung in there. I just tried, I didn't want to panic. I just tried to, like, okay, we're just going to get through one day at a time. We're going to kind of see how we're feeling. We're going to navigate through this and really assess it to see what the problem is. And unfortunately, it was all because of like lack of sleep. I really wasn't using that many stimulants. I was trying to stay away from the stimulants at first because, like I said, I really didn't know what was going on. But the lack of sleep, that was the kicker for me. That changed everything, mentally and physically. So that plays a huge difference in your overall well-being, right? In your in regards to anxiety and depression. So, like I said, I was worried. I currently am on medication for anxiety. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like, is it not working? Like, what's going on? And just because of my past with like eating disorders, and I'm like, oh, we've come so far. Like, I don't want something to get messed up now. Like, we're doing so good. Like, I feel like I'm in a good place. I'm in a healthy place. And sure enough, it was just due to the sleep. So that's always one thing to look at. Don't be so quick to just give up or throw in the towel. Like, talk to your coach, communicate with them. That's what I did. I told her, like, hey, this is what's going on. This is how I feel. And she said, yes, this is expected around this time. Like, this is what's going to happen. Your body's trying to fight back. And it's kind of crazy how these things all just hit you at once, and you just got to work through it. You just got to, keep holding on to your why. Why am I doing this? Why do I want to keep going? And hopefully it does get better on the other end for you. This was my feedback to my coach last week. Definitely, telling her like it was a week of struggles, which she knew. We had already addressed it because we had some prior conversations about it. But I didn't want to reflect on it. That was the thing. I didn't want to sit there and consume myself with all the bad and the negativity. I just wanted to keep moving forward. I was trying to get myself in a better mindset so that I could keep moving forward and keep the positivity going. Yeah, I had struggles. I had hurdles. I had times where I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if mentally I was actually ready to do this. And I just didn't let it set me back. I just kind of kept going. I tried to stay as positive as I could, and I found ways to keep myself distracted or ways to navigate through these hurdles. Like if I was, feeling hungry, I'm like, I know this is just because I'm tired. Like I didn't have enough sleep. So like I would try to um, just have something that wasn't very dense or very high in caloric value so that I could just kind of have that satisfaction of eating something or even drinking something, but not completely undoing my day. Um, and of course, like weight measurements and stuff like that weren't really optimal last week. They were kind of all over the place. So that was a little, it's a little uncomforting when you've come so far and you've been doing so good week to week, and then all of a sudden stuff just starts to kind of like stop, or it starts to revert back the opposite way. And you're like, what do I need to do now to get better? But it was good to know, talk to my coach. We communicated it. It's good to know that it wasn't my fault. It wasn't like anything I was doing. It was just, this is part of the process. Everyone's going to have this and go through it. And I got to find my way to get through it, which is what I did. You probably realized you're taking too many selfies. Don't worry, at some point in the near future, you'll be so tired, it's energy just to walk, so you'll stop taking these. I am very guilty of this. I do take a lot of them, especially at the gym. The gym has some very good lighting, better than I'd have at home, so I can't help myself when I go there, and I get really upset when someone else walks in to the women's locker room and I can't get my pictures taken, or they kind of linger around, and I'm like, well, I don't want them in my picture. But I do enjoy it. I do love to be able to look back at the process and see how far I've come. Like, this is a physique that I've been striving for a very long time, and I'm proud of where I've come, and I like to be able to look back and reflect on that and be able to compare from week to week just to see how the small changes are coming forward. But I guess we are going to hit that point. We'll see if it becomes where I just don't feel like doing it anymore. But we'll see that when we get there. Nerves may be kicking in. Some of you need to qualify before going to a national show. Don't lose sleep over it. One foot in front of the other and enjoy the process. So this is my first time competing. I don't have to qualify for anything nationally at this point yet. I just want to get my toes wet, get on stage for the first time. I am competing in 3 different classes. I'm doing novice, true novice, and open bikini, just to get me more stage time, get me more practice with my posing, and just make me feel more comfortable. And I definitely do want to come back at this maybe next year again and go for it and see how far we can go. I mean, I assume for a lot of people, their plan is to go pro. That's something I've always wanted for years. I'm not gonna I just want to kind of see where I'm at now. I want to get some feedback from the judges, see where we're at, and just get back in the gym and keep growing. It's just one foot in front of the other. I've been enjoying the process. Like, you can't just look at the end goal all the time. You have to look at your day to day and see how you can do better from day to day, from workout to workout. I love doing what I do, and it's really fun. I enjoy seeing the improvements that I'm making and feeling the improvements that I'm making. So I would definitely say enjoy the process. If you don't enjoy the process, then this might be pretty hard to get through, even just in life, like in general. If you're just kind of like my husband said the other day, he's like, I just don't enjoy working out. He's like, I really see it as a chore. To me, I don't. I absolutely love it. Like, it is the most important part of my day. That's where we're different on those, and that's how you kind of know if this is for you or it's not. Um, that's why it's easy for some people to fall off, and others can kind of stay on board a little bit longer. But everyone has a different sense of how they feel about it, and that's okay. And that's it. That wraps up week 7. Stay tuned. I will see you guys next week as we wrap up week 6. Bye.